up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today let's do a little skincare update. The reason why I wanted to do this video is to show you guys the progress I've made on my face. Obviously this is not supposed to be part of the progress, but I just thought, you know what, this is the smoothest I've ever seen my face. I talked about this on Instagram a few days ago by the time you'll see this video. And I just can't believe I'm finally seeing the results I want. Melasma is still a work in progress. You can still see my patches and everything, but it's slowly getting lighter and lighter. But the texture, mind blowing. Maybe throughout this video, I think I'll put on some makeup so that I can get ready for the day. Let's get started. But first, let's talk about exactly what I've been doing and what I think has really been helping. So you guys already have seen my skincare routine. I have a nighttime skincare routine video, a daytime skincare routine. None of that has changed. I do want to point out a few products that I believe have really been making the biggest difference on my skin. First, let's start with cleansing. I double cleanse, you already know that. And I feel like using the I got dog hair on this. But I feel like using this LumiSpa has really helped just really give my skin a deeper cleanse and actually get all the dirt and all the excess oil out without hurting my skin, without irritating it. I can definitely tell a difference, and I've done a comparison. I have a blog post all about it. My hands versus this LumiSpa in terms of what gets the most dirt out. For me, this is just a game changer. So I think because I've been using this for so long, my skincare products are able to penetrate even deeper and just really, just really work extra hard, I would say. The other thing that I think is really helping my skin clear up is this Eradicate. This is a sulfur cleanser, and while I feel like it is pretty pricey, I am planning to switch once I completely run out of this to just a regular sulfur. I think maybe it's a sulfur cream or something, but you still wash it off, so I would just use it as a face mask. I think that's how I can use it. But this has really worked. It's been a great introduction for teaching me how to use face wash that has active ingredients. If it has active ingredients, it's gonna need more face time, so you can't just leave it on your face for 30 seconds or when you wash your face, I don't know how long that would be, and then rinse it off. I leave it on for a good 10 minutes, and I feel like it really helps clear all of the sebaceous filaments. They look like blackheads, but they're not. They're sebaceous filaments. I've never seen my nose clearer, which in turn has made this area clearer. It's just been a game changer also. Everything's been a game changer. Now, along with helping clear my skin, you guys know I've been working on brightening up my melasma. My biggest concern are the patches here, and then I had these lines here that I didn't realize was actually melasma. I thought it was just a string of just blackheads in a weird way. I don't know how to explain it. You can still kind of see it on this side. I can see it in the mirror, this line right here. And then this I think is faded the most, but you can still see it's still there. So I also noticed that this area being the first to get darker when I was in Palm Springs. Even though I had my sun shield and I wore hats the whole time, there were a few moments where I did have to take it off for a few pictures. And just even the smallest amount of time in the sun can really make it flare up. So I was able to brighten it back up again. Brightening just this area up, huge difference in my skin. And I really do believe what I've been learning now is that the fastest way to prevent signs of aging is an even skin tone. And there are times when I just get to work and I have a little mirror by my computer and I'll, check myself out. And my skin, I'm just impressed with myself. I'm wow, everything I'm doing is really working. But it does take time. On the same note as melasma prevention, or I guess it's not really prevention now for me, it's more of a maintenance routine. I've been using this. This is my hydroquinone compounded formula. It is a mix of hydroquinone at 4%, tretinoin, I think, and then something with an F, I don't really understand, but I use a little bit of this every single night after I wash my face and everything. This is the first step in my skincare routine. It is a prescription, and I add it to my problem area, so I'll put it on here, here, and here, and a little bit on my nose, but I think it's really bright up on my nose. All of that has really helped, I feel, keep my skin clear, brighten my skin up, but with skin texture, I think this is the secret. Not sponsored, but you know I love Dr. Idris and everything that she recommends. And her skincare line, since it is targeted, it is called Major Fade. Since it is called Major Fade, it is targeting dark spots, sun damage, melasma. It really works on my skin. So this is her flash mask. It's an exfoliating AHA mask, and I use it 2 to 3 times a week, sometimes 4. And at first I really couldn't tell a difference. I was just using it because it's part of the routine. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stick it through. This should end up working, because using this, the way she explains it, and you can watch her videos, she's an actual dermatologist, I'm not, but the way I understand it is that this promotes skin cell turnover, which means that it will help your dark spots just fade faster. This has glycolic acid, lactic acid, and tranexamic acid, I think is how you pronounce it, and glycerin to hydrate. So normally after I use these 2 products, or use this and wash my face, this is the first thing that I will use, and then after that I go in with the hydroquinone. But the way I use this is I massage it onto my skin. It is a mask, so I leave it on for 20 minutes, and you really focus it on certain areas. I like to focus mine here around my nose, just to get all of that dead skin off here. So really my whole face, but I really massage it in here and then over my dark spots extra. I don't know if it does anything extra, but that's just what I do. And just like everything here, this is really the best I've seen my skin in years. Remember, apart from this. So I'll talk about that in a little bit, but let me get a little bit closer, and hopefully it's picking it up on camera. Obviously, I still have melasma I need to work on. I still have a tiny bit more skin texture, but it's clear, and the texture is just better than I've ever seen it. If we look on this side, I still have a little bit of acne that is slowly going away, but apart from that, it's still very good. Now, the other thing you can use this for is for spot treatment on acne. And I also mentioned this on Instagram, so if you follow me, then you've heard this already, but I had like one of those like big underground zits here. Put this over it 2 days in a row, and now it's flat. And you can still see like where it was, but it's flat and it's not red. Whereas with this guy, I was super impatient, and I was just like, I really did this to myself, because if I hadn't had done this, this area would look like this, and this would be a much better appearance. So, but basically it's like I did a little experiment. I picked at this, I did not pick at this, and look, see, crazy. So I definitely recommend this if you're someone who has melasma, who has sun damage, and you want to work on brightening up your spots. You need a maintenance routine, and this can really do it for you. I will be having to stop my hydroquinone soon, just because you can't be on it for life. You have to take, well, I guess it kind of is for life, but you have to take breaks. You can't be consistently on it 12 months in a year. Like, you have to take maybe a month or 2 break in between, and I'm slowly approaching that. So hopefully this brightens up even more. I think the one on my forehead is just like extra deep, so it's gonna take the most time. Now, the end goal for me is to use less and less foundation. So I've really been using this tinted sunscreen. I prefer sunscreen with zinc and titanium, but I'm thinking that I can show you just how little tinted sunscreen I need on this side of my face, because I want it to look like skin. I don't want it to look cakey. And then if you use less makeup, that means you're just gonna see more of your skin. So I'm thinking in the future, tinted moisturizer will hopefully be all I need for my everyday makeup look. I also haven't been using a primer beforehand. I've only been doing that for like special occasions. So like if I'm a wedding guest. So I'm only going to squeeze a little bit onto this brush, and then we'll see how it looks. And hopefully you can see, like, even when I'm looking at the camera, I'm like, I just love that it looks so clear and so smooth. Like, I'm just so happy with the skin texture that I have right now. So this is all I have on my brush, and let's just see how it looks. That looks so good, so natural. I'm just like so impressed. And I also think it's because I've come to the understanding that this is just going to be there for a very long time, this dark sunspot, what do you call it, melasma patch. But if I can just get the rest of my face to look nice and smooth, that's all I need. So now I'll go in, add a little more tinted sunscreen to the other side. I'll go over my chin. Since it is irritated, it is gonna take a little longer. Oh, I'm so mad I did that to myself. I should have just waited. I definitely lack patience. I added a little more to my brush just to cover up more of that. I don't want to wear actual foundation. I've been using this foundation serum from Moxie. I like it, it's very light, but I've noticed it will still look cakey. It's extra hot right now, and I would prefer just to wear tinted sunscreen. I am obsessed with this Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and Blush. I think I overdid it yesterday, so I'm going to try to just do it a little lighter than that. So this is my final look, just using tinted sunscreen. I'm so happy with the end result, even though this isn't really the true end result. It's a work in progress, and I feel like it's always going to be a work in progress. But I just love how my skin feels. It feels like there's nothing on. It feels like skin. And I really like that. And you know, I also can say that about this Moxie Serum Foundation. It does feel like skin. It does feel like nothing's on. But at the end of the day, like after a work day, if you've been outside for a while, I feel like you will always feel the makeup that you have on. So even though this is tinted sunscreen with powders, which I didn't even do a full-on powder because I feel like I don't need to, but maybe I should. Just a little bit because I feel incomplete now. Just knowing that I am one step closer to my goal of having even less makeup on my face because I'm comfortable in my skin makes me feel so good. And then now if we compare the makeup on this side to this side, but like as you saw, I do have more tinted sunscreen on this side just because I was trying to cover this up a little more because I do feel like this, where'd it go? I do feel like this is buildable tinted sunscreen, so that's always good. I still feel great, I still feel good, and I just want my skin to look like skin. I've always loved that look of people who have just the most clear skin. It doesn't look like makeup, even though it might be, but you can tell it looks like their skin. So that's my end goal. I will link my skincare routine videos for daytime, nighttime. I don't have a melasma dedicated video, but let me know if that's something you're interested in. I just don't feel like I'm truly ready to speak about it because I am still a work in progress. I haven't seen all of this disappear yet, but if you want to know more details about everything for my melasma maintenance routine, let me know, leave it in the comments. I will leave everything I've used linked down below, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.